morning, everyone. I hope you all are doing great. And it's a sunny morning, and we are doing very well. And I hope you all are doing very well. And today we are having Antriksh Pratham as our guest speaker. And today we are going to start our first bootcamp on AZ-900, where we will be taking you from very scratch to very top level. And we are almost guaranteeing you, like, we are giving everything to you, coupons and the knowledge you want to have during the certification for getting the certification done. So over Antrix, let me introduce a bit about Antrix. Antrix is a multi-phase personality, a cloud enthusiast, and he is GCP 4 into certified Azure 4 into certified digital marketer, ACP certified, and he is a very incredible person and having a very amazing knowledge about cloud computing, and he will be guiding you for this 4 day bootcamp. So we are having a session like every day. We will be going live at 10:30 to 12:30. So stay tuned. Over to you, Antariksh.
Hey, thank you so much, Lakshit. That was such an amazing introduction. And yes, I guess I don't have to introduce myself. You have already done that for me. And but I can talk about the boot camp. So yes, it is going to be an amazing few days. We will try to cover as many concepts as possible so that you are getting all of the knowledge and all of the concepts that are needed for the certification, and even for taking this forward, like not just about the certification. Learning Azure is also important, so that is also there. And definitely, yes, super glad to have all of you over here. Do you think you all can even post your introduction on the chat box? Can you please tell where you are joining in from?
Okay, so
Maybe
let
say
me
just
tell you a
hi, that
brief
is
about
also.
Antariksh. Okay, so Antariksh mainly focuses on an interactive session. So his tendency always towards the interactive session. So guys, show your enthusiasm. Tell us from where you are, from where you belong, from where you are joining, and what's your level of cloud computing and everything. So he can guide you further in this. Okay, we have one person from Norway also. Okay, cool. Nice to see you here, Ane. Andhra Pradesh. Sai Saran from Andhra Pradesh. Okay. Keep going, guys. Keep going. Keep throwing your comments. Keep throwing your comments. We are very excited for this boot camp, 4 days boot camp.
Okay, yeah, Ashutosh from Bihar, DevOps engineer. Hello from Odisha. It's great to see so much diversity over here. So I guess I will tell about me also, since I'm asking everyone. I am from Pune, and this is Kamlesh from Hosur near Bangalore, pursuing BE. I am a data and cloud practitioner who is willing to place his career in the same. Yes, perfect. So I am from Pune. If you want to have vada pav, if you can let me know when you are there in Pune. I can have vada pav with you. So yes. And yes, thank you so much, everyone. Maybe you can also tell about how much you know about Azure. What are the things you are already aware of, or you are all complete beginners. Neha from Bangalore. Beginner, yeah, okay. I have done course from institute in Hyderabad. What are the things you learned in that course, Dasari? Azure cloud user having Azure subscription, just started with learning and exploring. Are you a software engineer? Jayavardhan, this is not my introduction. This is your introduction. So let's talk first about yourself. I will introduce me also. VM, VNet, App Service, Azure DevOps. Yes, that's great. Okay, sure. So I guess now that I we have talked so much, uh, we have talked so much. I guess I had also sent prerequisite email. So have you created Azure account? I think one person was telling I am having Azure subscription. Kamlesh was telling. Apart from that, what about others? Do you also have Azure account? We had sent some steps, so that you can create an account for yourself. It will really help you to have some hands-on. Can I get chance for the discussion on how to get placed in companies as fresher? Definitely, yes. We will definitely talk about that also. Neha is also having. Akhilesh is also having. Dasari. You are working on Azure. Yeah, that's great actually. Yeah. Do you want to share your experiences? If you want to share your experience working on Azure, I think we can do that also. Maybe not today, but tomorrow or something like that, you can do that. Um, yes, what about others? You have not created Azure account. Can you tell me more about Azure sandboxes and what this is about? It is how to pass Azure certification in first attempt, please, sir. Okay, okay. I guess, yeah, one thing at a time. So maybe I will first wait for who other. Kamlesh, have you created Azure account? If you have Azure account, you don't need sandbox. Meanwhile, while Kamlesh answers, Akhilesh, see, well, to be honest, it will be my best effort that yeah, I have Azure account. Okay, great. See, so I will try my best that you passed in first attempt, but it is all up to you. It is not up to me. You have to put in the efforts, and by joining not just this boot camp or these events, other events, and you can even go through the documentation. You can watch videos and all, and accordingly, once you feel that you are up for it, you can give the exam, and definitely you will pass. You have best wishes for that. So anyone else, what about others? Thank you, sir. Okay. So I will be starting with my presentation, and let us say if you, no, sorry. I will be starting with my presentation, and let us say if there are any issues, you can just message on the chat box, and I will see that, if you are not able to see the presentation, if it is getting stuck or anything else like that. Okay. So we will be covering some of the basics of cloud concepts today, and, we will try to cover as much as possible. First of all, of course, thank you so much for joining us today. We are so excited to have you with us, and we will definitely ensure that this is an amazing experience for all of you. But yes, we have some rules. Now, Lakshit was telling in the beginning, right, that interact as much as possible, ask questions, doubts. No one is here to judge you. No one is going to say anything if you ask doubts. In fact, it's actually great that you ask doubts. And this is not one way session, that only I am speaking. It is being organized for you. If you want to share anything, you can just say that, yes, Antriksh, I want to talk about my experience working with Azure. I have completed these certifications. I want to share that. Anything you want to do, you can just say that. And yes, as you were asking, tell a little bit about yourself. Lakshit has already said so many things, but I will also try to say once more that, I am a Google Cloud evangelist and Microsoft certified trainer. So, and I work in many communities. So I was a Google Cloud facilitator, and apart from that, 30 days of Google Cloud Ready, like that, different programs I have done. I have also completed 4 certifications in Google Cloud and 4 in Azure. And I am also a part of DSCP-CCOE. Now, since I'm a pass out, since I'm a working professional, I am not essentially a part of it. But yes, still, if you want to get connected with DSC, you can just let me know. I work as an associate cloud engineer at Danalytics. So Danalytics is a Google Cloud partner company. And yeah, so that's about me. I think that should be more of an introduction. Feel free to connect with me on any social media that you want, and we can discuss about anything that you like. So yes, we have completed introductions of all of you, and if you want to share anything, your expectations, I guess you can do that also. What things you are expecting from us over the next few days. You can say that so that we are aware that what things you want. So yes, well, we are in 2022, and the spending of cloud is expected to reach up to $482 billion, which is actually quite a huge amount. And to be honest, why is it so huge? That brings a question to everyone's mind. And the thing is that everyone wants to use cloud for something or the other, and they want to use it to make their lives better. And okay. Do you want to share, how have you seen cloud being used anywhere, or do you know any of the applications of cloud? I guess if you are working in cloud domain, then even fantastic. You can share that also. Please feel free. Akhilesh is asking how will we get certification voucher. Akhilesh, first let us wait for first day at least, man. You cannot ask in first day itself. But don't worry, you will get the voucher. Attend all events, man. The knowledge is more important. What what does Google Cloud mean? Uh, Kamlesh is asking what will be the perks of this boot camp while attending the boot camp apart from learning concepts and certification. Kamlesh, these benefits are more than enough, man. You are learning so many good concepts. You are getting to interact with so many people, so many exciting people who are there, and who are there to help you, who are there to network with you. It is such an amazing boot camp. I guess that is more than enough. What else do you need? If you need anything else, you can just message, and we will try to arrange it for you. I guess, yes, this is a very interesting quotation from Bill Gates, that Microsoft was founded with a vision of a computer on every desk and in every home. We have never wavered from that vision. Now, this is about computers, but to be honest, that is exactly what cloud is, right? Cloud is like, well, it is not a good way to put it, but yes, it is computing services that are being offered to you at scale and with great reduced cost. So yes, that is how they are extending their vision. They want computing services to be available to everyone. And yes, so guys, please share. Have you seen cloud being used anywhere? Do you want to share any applications of cloud computing? I am waiting for all of your answers. I think only Kamlesh has shared. What about others? Netflix, yes, Netflix is so famous. Also, don't call me sir. I'm not sir. You can just call Antriksh or Pratham, whatever you like. Google Drive, yes. What else? What else? Srinivas is asking about Bootcamp on AZ-104. I am not really sure. I guess if whether once it is finalized, yes, we will get in touch. Office 365, Google Photos, MS Drive. Oh my God, you have sent a complete list over here. Um, Preet, I'm so sorry, I don't know how to say your name. Preeta Mishra. Many corporates use cloud technologies for client delivery. Jayavardhan Singh, brother, did we will get swags? What swags you want, man? Just send your address. I will try to send to you. Okay. Anyways, so yep. So well, this is an interesting article that I found, and I wanted to share this with you. So, this is from a few days back or a week back, I guess, that Microsoft is announcing that they will make a sovereign cloud for Singapore, and that is actually quite a phenomenal achievement because Azure was started long back, and now after so many hardships and so many different different changes, they have reached to this level. And yes, I guess I will share this. So if you haven't gone through, you can gone through. You can go through this. Sorry, and let me know what you think about this news. Basically, sovereign cloud. I guess I will define that also. So, sovereign cloud is when Microsoft is trying to partner with the government, trying to develop services that they would make compliant with the government laws, with the local laws. And basically, when we are having any cloud provider, you might be seeing that a lot of issues may be happening. I guess if you have seen about our IT Act, that some of the companies, they are not complying with the various regulations and stuff. So yes, because of that, sometimes the organizations, the countries, they will may do a partnership with the cloud provider. And they will create what is known as a sovereign cloud. So that is what is happening over here in Singapore. Like that, many other countries are also there, which we will talk about. I guess yes, maybe you can, I think we have discussed about what is the cloud, and you know what. But if you want to share anything else, if you want to share what you think about it, you can go ahead and do that in the chat, and I will give you a few minutes to do exactly that. So, what exactly is cloud computing? Okay, so there is an official definition for cloud computing also, which is made by US NIST. And cloud computing is the delivery of services, compute services over the internet. And what it does is, it is able to scale, it is able to offer innovation and flexible resources and all of these things to you at a very reduced cost. So, here you can see that compute services are provided to you, networking services are provided to you, and storage and analytics like that, different kind of services are provided, I guess. Okay, okay, yeah, sure. I mean, if you want me to go faster, yes, I guess we can do that. Definitely. The only thing is that I like to take things in a conversational way. I like to take things in, interactive way. That is exactly why I'm saying, interact fast. Don't take that much time to respond. The more time you take to respond, I have no clue how to take things forward. So, yes, like I was asking earlier about Azure account. Please create Azure account today itself. I can show you the process, but please create so that we can have some hands-on experience as well, where I can tell you how the different services work. Maybe we can do some projects, or else some different kind of things. Services like what? I guess I will you have to wait for the answer to that question. I will show you all of the services. Or else wait. I guess I think some of them should be visible over here. So here you can see um, there are resource groups. The Azure services are not visible over here, but you can see some of the things like resource groups. You can see machine learning over here. So everything machine learning is there over here. You can see app service is there. And yeah, I guess only that much is there over here. Microsoft Defender for Cloud, Azure Monitor, and app service domains is also there. Yes, yes, Preeta Mishra, depending upon, I think we sent you an email, right, with lot of steps, and you will get trial credits. There are also ways through which you can get free access for a limited period of time. Oh, you want me to show how to create an Azure account? I guess, yeah, sure, we can do that. Just once the introductory part is completed, yes, we will do that. So basically, what the cloud does is, it offers you different kind. I will have to come back to this actually. It offers you different kind of computing services, and it helps you to scale faster. It helps you to grow faster, and those are some of the important benefits. If you want to share any of the benefits that you think are there, please feel free to share. I will go through what benefits you think the cloud has. How is Azure better than AWS? I guess for open-ended questions like this, it is, this session is not the best place. Maybe if you are connected with me on any of the communities, or else on social media, something like that, we can discuss over there, because this is a discussion that will just go on for 1 hour. And then once again, you will tell that Antriksh is teaching very slowly. Because to be honest, see, if I were to answer in one single line, I will say that it is not that one is better than the other. They are both good at their own fields. They are both good for different reasons. We will try to explore that somewhat in the middle. So yeah, I think uh, so. Basically, here is a demonstration of exactly what the cloud does. So I think this can help you understand somewhat. Here you can see that. Usually what will be happening is there will be some predictable bursting in your application, like let us say, sometimes there is traffic, sometimes there is not traffic, but you already know when that is happening, right? So that is one of the things. Or else you can even have unpredictable bursting, like there is no traffic, and suddenly let us say there is a festival, and suddenly traffic starts to come. Or else if you are a startup and you are growing very fast, I guess the best example for this, Pokemon Go. I think Pokemon Go is not related to, Microsoft, I guess, because it is Google Cloud. But I guess because of the exponential growth rate, yes, you can count Pokemon Go over here. How many of you remember it? And there is on and off, of course, that sometimes traffic is there, sometimes it is not there. And here basically what you can see is what the cloud is doing. So it is helping you to normalize everything, it is helping you to reduce the burden on your infrastructure. Because you are of this, you are able to reduce the cost that you are having. You are also able to um, reduce any maintenance cost and different kind of advantages, which we will be seeing shortly. So yes, what if you could share all of your hardware and software across different applications, different organizations, scale up and down, and only pay for what you use? It is not like you are paying one thing at one day. For one day, let us say you are paying 1,000 rupees. Next day, you are paying 2,000 rupees, and one day you are paying just 500. So that is not how this works. And what if you could build new applications easier, right? Like let us say if I'm doing one thing, you would want me to do 10 things also, right? So how do we do that? That is where the cloud comes into the picture. So yes, here we will be discussing about the different types of cloud. I guess if you want to share about this, you can go ahead and do that in the chat box. What are the different types of cloud according to you? I guess Jayavardhan, I will have to agree with Sajal over here that they have their own services which is better. And wow, public, private, multi-cloud, and hybrid cloud. Yes, perfect. I guess we will also go through once a public, private, and hybrid. Okay, thank you so much. Jayavardhan, last thing, it's Microsoft. Yes, that is also there. Everyone is getting excited about the swags, I guess. So yeah, don't worry, you will get swags. See, okay, so if we were to talk about public cloud, okay, so public cloud is owned by cloud services. By a hosting provider, let us say Microsoft in Azure's case, Google in Google Cloud's case, we have AWS from Amazon. So like that, a hosting provider will be their central hosting provider. They will be buying lot of services in bulk and they will be providing that to the users. Basically, what happens is if they are buying in that much bulk, if an entire organization is buying and it is distributing, it is able to have economies of scale. It is able to reduce the cost for you. It is able to make things easier for you, and it is accessed via secure connection, typically over internet. There are other ways also. I guess there is on-prem hardware through which you can do. We will go through that also, but typically via internet. And this is about public cloud. Yes, GCP too. GCP is by Google. So yes, yeah. But let us say that you are having a bank or a hospital which is having very private data or data that cannot be shared. So they, what do you do in that case? Can you say some applications where the data will be very sensitive? I guess like banks and hospitals. Any other examples that you want to give? Please go ahead. And basically, what will be happening is, let us say, cloud is secure, right? But it is not 100% secure. No environment can be 100% secure. And you want to have that additional layer or additional surety in your data, because if you're talking about a hospital, you are talking about actual lives that will be at stake. Let us say if you get a single variable wrong, if you get one decimal place here and there, a person's life can go. So because of that, they will be using private cloud, and that is where the organization itself will be responsible for operating the services, for managing the services. It does not provide any kind of access outside, Everything is there inside the organization. The only thing is, of course, that it increases the management overhead because they have to manage everything, and they have to take care of everything on their own. But of course, you have the added advantage that your data is secure. And but let us say you don't want public cloud, you don't want private cloud also. What exactly will you do in that case? That is when hybrid cloud will come over here. So hybrid cloud is exactly what most enterprises are doing nowadays. They are combining the different public and private cloud. So some of the data which is private, some of the data that they don't want to share, it will be there in private cloud. The data that they are okay with sharing other places, they can put on public cloud also. So that is exactly what most enterprises are doing. Yes, of course, multi-cloud is also there, but multi-cloud is essentially just different cloud providers working together, right? So I think it can also be considered as in the same place as public cloud. It is not that much of a different type, so to say. This is once again the same comparison. I guess if you want to share any points over here, you can go ahead and do that. Um, Sajal, edge computing, and latency can make things hard for real-time decision. Yes, latency is also one of the reasons. Can you say some of the differences that you think between public, private, and hybrid cloud, apart from what is given? Guys, please make this session interactive. Please, you can keep sharing whatever you like, no issues. Um, I am so sorry. I don't think I know what you mean. What does VUM mean? Where are you from? Jayavardhan. I introduced myself earlier, right? I am in Pune. You want to come to Pune? Let me know. Private cloud is in cloud. Yes, it is in cloud. I guess Azure is in top best cloud service provider alongside with AWS and GCP. Kamlesh, I mean, see, it is once again a very long discussion, as I told that it is not that one is better than the other. It is more like they are better in different ways. So Microsoft is known for one thing, AWS is known for another, and GCP, of course, is known for another thing. The future is going to be hybrid and multi-cloud. So basically, these comparisons will not matter 5 to 10 years from the future when we will all be working in the field and we will all be there. Okay, okay, Kamlesh. Okay, thank you. Um, I guess we will proceed then. Some of the benefits once again of cloud, I guess, high availability, fault tolerance, scalability, elasticity. Of course, the global reach is also there. Then latency, I think, who was talking about latency? Sajal was talking about latency, agility, predictive cost, security, and disaster recovery. We will try to go through these. Apart from these, if you want to talk about any of the other benefits, please feel free to go ahead. So basically, when we talk about high availability, what we mean over here is that since they have spent so much of their time, so much of their money, and invested and made such reliable infrastructure, your infrastructure will always be available. Fault tolerance, if there are any kind of issues, it should be able to cope up with those issues, come back. And scalability, I guess we did discuss about this earlier. Let us say if you want to scale your infrastructure, that is possible. Elasticity is also there, and you also have global reach. So global reach is one of the most important reasons why companies go for cloud, because it is helping them to take their applications to the masses. Now let us say if you have worked on any projects, can you please tell if you have worked on any small projects, like let us say depending upon which year you are in, third year or fourth year or anything like that. If you have worked in projects, please let me know. Collaboration. Yes, yes, of course. That is exactly what I was getting at. So, if you have worked together on different projects, but Now in pandemic, everyone is living very far away. How will you work on the same project, right? So that is where cloud comes into the picture. Mm, I mean, on India level, yes, maybe it is possible that you will travel and you will do that. But let us say you are talking on world level. Some of your co-workers, they are there in US, or some of your co-workers, they are there in Russia maybe. So how will you work with them? So that is the global reach that cloud is providing. And apart from Akhilesh, anyone else who wants to say about the benefits of cloud? Guys, please make this session interactive. Share whatever is there on your mind. Even if it is wrong, no one is going to judge you. No one is going to say anything over here. So here we will be comparing Capex versus Opex and what exactly they mean. So Capex is capital expenditure, which is the upfront spending of money on any kind of infrastructure, and it is a value that will keep on reducing over time. But operational expenditure is something which is very interesting. It is pay as you go pricing, and it gets billed immediately. It will not reduce. The thing is that, instead of one single amount, you are paying small amounts, you are able to reduce the cost. Why are we having this discussion? This is a very important discussion. That this basically explains to you why cloud is so important and why organizations should use cloud computing. Now let us say if you are working in an organization with lot of basic example of cloud is GitHub as on. That's quite an interesting example, actually, Sajal. Yes, because Git is something that you can have on your laptop or on your PC, but GitHub is a cloud-based version. It is deployed by a company, and yeah, thank you. Apart from that, anyone else who wants to share some interesting examples, please feel free to go ahead and do that. No issues. I'm waiting for all of your responses. I will read all of them. Intra connection. Okay, okay. Anyone else who wants to share? So that is exactly what is happening over here, which is a consumption-based model, which means that end users like you, they are only paying for the resources that they use. What you use is what you are paying for. You are not paying anything extra. You don't have to pay anything extra. Now, since we are using cloud, one other thing that will come over here through using ML and different kind of prediction, we can predict the cost in advance. We can decide that okay, this month we spent this X amount of money, depending upon what we are working on currently. In the next month, we will be paying this much amount of money. Prices, whatever the resources are there, whatever the services are there, the prices for that are already decided. They are provided to you. It is a fixed price, and there are pricing calculators you can use. I will show that to get an idea of how much your budget will be there. And these kind of advantages, actually, these are fundamental to cloud computing. This is exactly why cloud computing is having such a reduced cost. Which is better, Capex or Opex? Yes, you are answering your own question over here, Akhilesh. So which is better, Capex or Opex? Opex. So here we will be discussing about the different cloud services, I guess. But yeah, if someone believes someone wants to sorry, someone wants to contradict Akhilesh, they want to say that Capex is better. Please feel free to comment. Please feel free to share why you think Capex is better. So now we will be coming to infrastructure as service. What exactly is infrastructure as service? Now I told earlier, right, that cloud is basically you are getting someone's machine for you to use. You are getting servers, you are getting virtual machine storage, and different kind of networks and whatever it is from a cloud provider, you are getting hardware stuff basically. That is what is infrastructure as service. You are getting infrastructure from your cloud provider. This is where it starts to become somewhat interesting. In now comes platform as a service. Now in platform as a service, you are getting an environment for building, for testing, for deploying the different kind of application without focusing on any of the underlying infrastructure. Now what is happening over here? You are getting infrastructure, but along with that you are also getting the other things that are related to that infrastructure. You are getting the operating system with the infrastructure. You are getting the different kind of tools that your cloud provider they have built over the years to help you in your tasks. Your job is getting somewhat easier now because you are getting different kind of tools. You are getting different kind of analytics and different kind of services at your disposal. Now the last one is software as a service. Now in software as a service, you just have to focus on what you want to build, what kind of application you want to build. And yes, for that, you just have to write the code. Everything else is already provided to you. Hosted application is provided, your tools are provided, infrastructure is provided. Managing that kind of infrastructure, how to do the different tasks related to that infrastructure, everything is done for you. Some kind of very good examples: Microsoft Office 365, email, which is Outlook, and calendar, I guess. Apart from that, yes, any kind of examples you want to share, please feel free to go ahead. And I guess software service is actually quite famous, so most of you have heard about it at some point. Guys, once again, the comment section is very silent. Do you want me to use Hindi? Is because I'm using English, is that why everyone is silent? Guys, okay, fine. So this is the comparison. I guess you can take a screenshot or something of this. So IES is the most flexible because you are getting so many flexibility. Only thing is that you have to configure, you have to manage your hardware and things like that. In PAS pass, you are focusing on your application development. The platform management is handled by the cloud provider. SaaS, which we saw just now, it is pay as you go pricing, and you are paying only for the software that you are using. It is kind of a subscription model, if you want to say in that way. English is only better. Okay, sure. So this is, this is one way to represent. I think this will be much clearer what it means over here now. Um, yeah, and this is what is known as the shared responsibility model. Now here in green color, you are able to see what things you are managing, and in blue color, you are able to see what things the cloud provider is managing for you. Now, in on premise hardware, let us say, which is known as private cloud, everything you have to manage on your own, and well, there is no help for you. But if you are looking at infrastructure as a service, some things are provided to you. You are getting data and access application. You are getting compute, networking, and storage. Apart from that, the other things you have to manage. You have to manage your data and access. You have to manage your applications, your runtime, operating system, things like that. These are the things you have to manage. In platform as a service, data and applications, these things are provided to you. Rest everything is managed by your cloud provider. So yes, I think this should give you some good examples. And yes, this is the most interesting and the upcoming field, which is serverless computing. I guess serverless computing, I'm sure, I think some of you were talking about this earlier. I will have to scroll a little bit. I am not able to find. I think one of you are talking about this, right? So this is where you don't have to focus on any kind of infrastructure, managing that infrastructure. You don't have to focus on your application. You just have to write the code and the code will run for you. So there are two very good examples. We will be focusing, trying to explore these examples. One is Azure Functions, another one is Azure Logic Apps. Now these are both serverless for serverless computing. These are helping you to run your code on Azure service. Any kind of underlying platform infrastructure, any kind of managing you don't have to do. And yes, so Azure Functions is functions as a service, and Azure Logic Apps is used for different kind of automation, different kind of integrations, and for business process, for workflows, that kind of thing. But these both, they are completely serverless, and that is a major advantage when it comes to them. So yes, apart from let me know what things you uh, want to know more about, and compare serverless and server computing and explain. Sure. I guess yeah, we can do that. But first, please, so is Azure IaaS or PaaS? Yeah, sure. So see, over here it is not a question of IAS or PAS, okay? It is more a question of what you want to do. I mean, it's basically an amalgamation. It is a collection of different services that is being provided to you. So it is not like it is only IAS or it is only PAS, it is only SAS. All of the different services are provided to you in one big package. So that is there. I hope that answers your question. Dasari, if you comparison, yes, we will definitely do a comparison also, I guess. But first, any kind of different questions that you have. Guys, please make this interactive. Please keep asking whatever questions you have. I'm there to answer all of them. Nobody else has any questions. If nobody else has any questions, I will be doubtful. Like I have either completed all of the things very nicely, so you don't have any questions, or I have not completed in a nice way. So which one of these is there? Okay, so everyone is asking for comparison. So I guess yes, we will do comparison also. Um, Basically, the thing over here is, let us say if you are talking about any of the different services that we have in Azure, you are still having some kind of infrastructure, even if you have to be mindful of that, and you have to see how to scale your infrastructure. You still have to um, you still have to configure some things. It is not like even if Azure is managing for you, it does not mean that you don't have to do anything. You still have to configure it, you still have to take care of it. But here in serverless, you don't have to do anything. Everything is done automatically for you. All you have to do is focus on the code that you are writing, focus on what you want to develop. But there are, of course, some what you can say key takeaways. The thing is that in Azure Functions, you can use it only for one small function that you want to execute. um, it cannot be completely serverless. And in Logic Apps also, it is for automating some very simple tasks. So still, it is a very evolving and it is a very exciting field. There are a lot of possibilities in this field. But surely, once everything becomes serverless, it will basically be that you don't have to focus on any kind of managing of your infrastructure or any kind of taking care of it, because to be honest, you have to configure it, you have to see whether downtime and different kind of things. So those will not be relevant for serverless computing. It does not mean that Jayavardhan Singh. Yes, coming to that. What are the benefits of that also? What do you mean over here? Benefits of serverless? Benefits of serverless are that you are uh, mm, you are freeing up your space that you have, and you don't have to focus on things that are not relevant to your application. Only your application is relevant to you, and that is exactly where you have to focus. Since I have Azure subscription and use along with premium mode, so am I using SAS mode in Azure? No, man. You are using different kind of services. We will try to have some kind of comparison once I am showing my Azure portal. I will show how the different kind of services is, what is IES service, what is PAS service, and what is SAS. We will do that also. It is not like you are using SAS mode or something like that. um, I hope that answers your question. Is serverless comes under SaaS or PaaS or any? Well, to be honest, it is beyond these things, because it is a completely different and evolving field. So yes, it is not under SAS, because SAS is also still having some of the things that is very different from serverless also. So any other questions that you have that you want me to answer, please feel free to go ahead and ask, and yes, I will definitely answer. What is the difference between regions and availability zones? Yes, we will cover that also. Going back to going to talk about that, just give some time. Nice session. Okay. So, guys, do you want to? So, yes, as you were asking about regions and availability zones, so yes, we will start with that. AZ-900 means what? AZ-900 is a certification. It is from Azure. It is being provided. When we will be discussing about certifications, I will tell you about the different certifications that are there on offer, so that you understand, and you are able to see the different certifications and different tracks that are provided by Microsoft. I hope that answers your question. And yes, talking about Azure regions over here, so Azure offers many more regions than any other cloud provider. They have 60 plus regions in 140 plus countries. This is a graph of some of the regions. um, and what exactly is a region? Okay, so region is what is one or more data centers in close proximity, and it is providing flexibility and scale. So your latency is getting reduced. Let us say if you are there in India, we are having three regions over here: West India, Great Central India, and South India. There is one in Southeast Asia also. So basically, wherever you are there, closest to you, you can pick any one region.
Sorry to disturb you,
Uh,
sir. Actually, your screen is not shared.
oh, sorry. Yeah, yeah, no issues. Thank you so much. Guys, please keep saying if you are not able to see or if any kind of problems are there. Jayvardhan, no, I am not an intern in Microsoft or any employee like that. So yes, we were talking about regions. I am sorry, I think you were not able to see this graph, so I will tell once again. This is a graph of the regions. So we have 60 plus regions in 140 plus countries, and let us say if you are developing any application in India, we have got three regions. One is there in West India, one is there in Central India, one is there in South India. So like that, basically you can pick a region that is closest to you, and so that you are having the reduced latency, and it is close to where you are. Another reason why someone would want to use different region or a region closer to them is compliance offering. Like let us say I was talking earlier about IT Act, right? So government is telling that keep the data of customers closer to the customers, right? Keep whatever work you are doing on the data closer to the customers. That is exactly where these regions will come into play, because your data can be kept close to India only. It does not have to go anywhere else. There are also region pairs. Now, what exactly is region pairs? Region pairs is actually quite something very interesting. Now, what exactly happens is, these are two different regions, but they are paired together. Now, in this pairing, there is a minimum of 300 miles of separation between a region pair, and it helps to do some automatic replication for some of the services. And basically, it helps you with any kind of disaster recovery or any kind of increased stability for your application. Because let us say if there are any kind of updates, there is any kind of downtime, so in a region, the both regions will not be affected at the same time. One of the regions will be there, and once the update is done to that region, the second region will be done. So it is like additional stability for your application that you are getting over here by using region pairs or paired regions, whatever you want to call that. So yes, this is the different availability options that you will be having. So let us say that you are having any one kind of VM. It is having premium storage and all of the things. So you are getting 99.9% of SLA. I guess, yeah, can anyone define what an SLA means for me? Please go ahead and say if you have heard of it before. I guess, I think you might have heard. Whenever you are signing up for any services, there will be a lot of documents that will be shared with you, right? Guys, please don't make this like boring session or something. Service level agreement, yes, Rutam. Preeta, right? Yes, Preeta. So what exactly is service level agreement? Can you please explain in, let us say, one or two lines? Single license agreement, what is a single license agreement, man? So I guess, I don't know how to say your name, but yes, you are saying more of the definition. RNA, I guess. Service level agreement govern what must be delivered to fulfill the contract. Good knowledge of Azure like me. Yeah, yeah, that's great. So, see, what exactly is an SLA? So, SLA is something like a contract, and it is governing how the different services that a company is giving to you will be governed, will be controlled. So let us say if you want a very high SLA, you have a very important application, you cannot it cannot be compromised even for one day, so you will need higher SLA. Now, how to get higher SLA we will be discussing over here. So let us say you are having the premium storage, and here you can see, right, that 99.9% of SLA you are getting with a single VM. Okay, but now the things will start to get interesting over here. Now if we are using availability zone, you are getting 99.99% of SLA. It is let us say one of the data center is failed, you can use another data center, and that will be providing you some kind of protection. So Rutam is also sharing a very important point, that it is defining the criteria like uptime percentage, response time, and things like that in case of outage. So yes, these are some of the things that an SLA means. And apart from this, anything else you all want to share? Please make this session interactive, guys. Otherwise it will only be one way where only I am speaking. Now we also have multi-region disaster recovery, which is actually something that is very interesting. Now let us say an entire region goes down, you have the second region to back you up. So that is also there. That is very interesting, and that helps to provide you with increased stability. An entire region can go down, but still you will your application will not go down. So you can imagine the amount of stability you are getting. Now here we will be talking about availability zones. What exactly is availability zone? Now an availability zone is providing you protection against any kind of downtime due to any data center failure. And what exactly is an availability zone? Okay, so it is providing you physically separate data center within the same region. Now let us say if there is one region, there will be different availability zones. Here you can see three availability zones within the same Azure region, and that is exactly what an availability zone will be. Each data center is equipped with their own independent power, cooling, networking, all of the different things. Because let us say that there is some fault in the power line or something like that, or in the cooling, so you will not want your application to go down, right? You will not want your work to be affected, and that is exactly why this much of redundancy or this much of um, recovery points will be created. And the data centers, however, between them they have got fiber optic network, they have got very less latency, they have got millisecond latency between them. So I hope I think one of you was asking about availability zones and regions, right? I think Jayvardhan Singh, man, is your question answered now, or you have more doubts about what this means? You can message on the chat. Why mining is illegal in Azure? Oh my God, I don't think I can answer that question, man. I'm really sorry. See, the thing is, um it is not just illegal in Azure, man. It is illegal in Google Cloud, in AWS, everywhere. Uh, well, if you are a cloud provider, I guess you can set some policies for yourself to defend your services from different kind of outage, different kind of issues. the thing is, I guess one of the reasons is, but when you are doing mining, right, you are essentially trying to suck up resources, and you are basically not even doing anything with those resources apart from the mining itself. And it is very compute intensive, it is a very changing field. Now let us say if you were to purchase Azure for 1 year, right, and you are going to use it for mining, you are doing SLA, and SLA is legally binding. So let us say if Azure tells to you that we are having 99.99% of SLA, you are buying them for 1 year for mining, and let us say that there is a very big spike, and you are requiring double or triple amount of computing power. Now you are getting that, so from where they will get that computing power? They cannot get power from air, right? It is a physical server that is given to you, physical machine that is given to you. So there are some different limitations, I guess. That is one. And second thing maybe that it is already causing so much legal trouble, right? I mean, everywhere you go, that I understand that it is decentralized, there are many benefits and stuff like that, but there are still a lot of legal troubles. Countries are still not adapting, they are not adopting the different laws, regulations, or whatever you want to call it. Once that happens, yes, maybe mining will be legal. Until then, man, it is illegal. And not just in Azure, others also. I hope that answers your question. These are some of the different resources. We have virtual machines. So yes, I think some of you were asking what is IaaS, PaaS, and even SAS. So virtual machine will be coming under IaaS, infrastructure as a service. Storage account also, yes, it will be coming under IaaS. Virtual network also, you can is you're getting infrastructure over here, so that is why it will be coming under IaaS. But let us say if you will be talking about app service, it will have to come under platform as a service. Now SQL database is something that is interesting, because in SQL database you have both managed SQL, and you have the regular SQL. So if you are talking about managed SQL will come under platform as a service. So yeah, I guess I hope that answers some of your doubts at least. Apart from this, yes, if you want to ask anything, please feel free to go ahead and ask. Why the data centers are limited to only 3 availability zones? That is a question I don't think I can answer. I mean, yes, of course, you can have less or more also, but I mean, it is just a policy that has already been set, man. Like, they want to have 3 availability zones, they will have 3 availability zones. That's just, but yes, you have told the reason yourself, that to avoid any kind of risk and failure. And what is the reason for such failures? Yeah, I mean, there can be multiple reasons, man, because a data center is a very big place. How about storage disaster recovery? Yes, disaster recovery is there everywhere, right? Um, okay, just I am trying to see something over here. Um, yeah, disaster recovery is there over everywhere, because in storage also you are still having data that you have to secure it, you have to keep it in a good way, you have to make sure that nothing happens to that data. So yes, I guess disaster recovery is important over there also. Any other questions that you may have? Guys, please make this session interactive. It does not have to be, completely one-way session where, only I am talking. It's not the right way. If there are no other questions, then I guess we can proceed with what was planned for ahead, I guess. But guys, please keep asking questions. I really like it when you are asking questions. I guess I will share one of the videos in the chat box. This is about will the YouTube link for tomorrow and upcoming sessions be sent through mail? Yes, it will be sent. How to effectively follow Microsoft documentation for preparation? Will cloud offer better insight? What do you mean by that? Can you please say? If you are talking about, um, insights as in insights from your data, insights from what you are doing. So yes, it will. Because see, you are able to the companies have spent so much of time, money building these services for you for so that your work gets easier. So yes, you will get lot of insights. I guess I will also go back to Prince's question over here: how to effectively follow Microsoft documentation for preparation. Um, Big data, yes, big. Sure, man. There are big data services also. We will discuss about them as well. How to effectively follow Microsoft documentation for preparation? If I were to answer that question, it is it depends upon person to person. I guess what you want to do, whether how much you want to cover and things like that. There are some people who will not even like to go through documentation. That is also completely fine because it is completely a choice, right? That choice is there for you. If you don't want to follow documentation, no issues, no one is going to say anything. And I guess what is the meaning of sovereign cloud? Yes, sovereign cloud I had discussed, no, that it is when the government is the government is partnering with the cloud provider and they are able to um, do some kind of agreement so that whatever the different laws are there, whatever the different restrictions are there, they are both obeyed and the work is able to uh, be carried out without any kind of restrictions and stuff. So like you were seeing, right, there is so much of conversation going on regarding IT Act in India, that some of the companies, they are not following the IT Act, they are not following the regulations. So how do we deal with that, right? So let us say that Microsoft has a partnership with Indian government with Discord link. I guess it was shared, no? Maybe if someone can share it once again so that you can join. I hope that answers your question, Vithal, about sovereign cloud. Guys, keep asking questions, please. Yes, yes, Prince. We will be doing that also because that is exactly why you are there over here, right? You are there for knowing about certification preparation. So now I guess I don't think I can show you how to create a Azure account. I will be sharing my screen so that I can show you how to create the Azure portal, I guess. Yeah. So now, since I'm already signed in, I cannot show you how the sign up process will be working, because I will also have to sign up using credit card, and it takes a lot of time. But we have already shared the steps to you on email. If you face any kind of problems while signing up, please feel free to reach out, and we will definitely try to help you in any way possible. Okay. So this is Azure Portal. Here you can see the different kind of services that will be there. Different kind of here you can see subscription. If I click on subscription, so you can see I have a pay as you go subscription. You can also see resource group. You can see app service. This is where you can search any kind of thing that you want. If you want VM, if you want machine learning, if you want anything, you can do that. There is also Azure Cloud Console. Here you can use it for typing the different commands. Since this is taking somewhat time, so I guess until then I will show the other things. Here also you can see the same thing. You can see Active Directory over here. I guess I think most of you might have heard about Active Directory, right? Because it is quite famous. So there is also load balancers and different kind of things. There is storage account, and I guess virtual machine is not visible over here, so I will just search for it. Yep. You can create virtual machines. You can even start with preset configuration if you want to save your time. That is also possible. Yeah, so now the Cloud Shell is also started now. Yes, so here you can run the different commands in Cloud Shell. Here you can see you have Bash and you have PowerShell. Different everything is there. So yeah, I hope this is all. Do you want to see anything specific? Please comment in chat box so I can show it to you. Please feel free to connect with me on social media if you want to discuss about anything. Like you were asking AWS is better or Azure is better. These kind of things, they will take a lot of time to discuss about. So yes, you can just connect with me on social media and we can discuss about those things. Please show how to make a GPU RDP. Oh man, I guess I can, but it will just take a lot of time. I mean, because you are actually asking me to first attach a GPU and then show you RDP, so I will also have to create a Windows virtual machine. Maybe what we can do is I will go through the case studies and I will try to cover some of the last few concepts. If any time is still remaining, I will definitely show that also. I hope that helps. No, no, why I want to leave? I don't want to leave. So yeah. Um, I have two case studies actually with me. One is Accuweather and another one is FedEx. So I think we can go for FedEx first, because I think all of you have heard of FedEx. I don't know. Any of you remember Accuweather, or you have forgotten Accuweather? Guys, please keep this session interactive. I guess FedEx, though, everyone will be knowing, right? Because even if you don't know about, even if you haven't used FedEx, you will at least know what FedEx does. Guys, yes, no. Please put yes, no in the chat box. Yeah, I remember. Okay, great. So see, here you are seeing that how FedEx is able to use Azure services. It is using, here you can see a list of the different services in the left side. So Azure Data Factory, Azure Databricks, Azure DevOps, and Azure Machine Learning. So these are the services that they are using, and by using that, they are able to scale their delivery infrastructure. They are able to make deliveries faster. They are able to reduce the time that it takes, because to be honest, delivery is such a big headache. In delivery, you have to think about how to take something from point A to point B. It looks very simple, but there are so many things that have to come in between. You have to think about, um, how do I give an example? You have to think about the time that it takes for a car to go from one place to another. You have to think about the traffic. You have to think about the people loading the packages. You have to think about the packages reaching safely, how to secure those packages, different kind of things. Now, it is such a huge headache, and that is exactly why they need the help of cloud. For that, they are able to scale easily. They are able to do their work in a much easier way. Here you can see it was able to handle an enormous number of package related transactions, and the IT staff and the data scientists, they were able to improve the collaboration that they have, because they were able to build and test and deploy different kind of models on Azure. So this is about FedEx. And yes, if you have not used FedEx, please use FedEx. They are a great delivery service. They have doorstep pickup and drop also. Apart from this, yes, Accuweather. Um, I don't know. I think only. By the way, what is the full form of RDP? Man, but you were asking the question. I thought you knew what RDP is. Okay, anyways, we will get back to that. So this is Accuweather case study. And how many of you remember? I think Jayvardhan is telling he remembers. And Preeta is also telling she remembers, I guess. But apart from that, what about others? You don't remember what Accuweather was? Anyways, so okay. Accuweather is also using Azure. It is a weather forecasting system. Now, weather is also another big headache problem. It's a major headache. What is Accuweather? Yes, sure. So, Jayvardhan, as you remember about Accuweather, do you think you can help Kamlesh? Accuweather is basically this, weather prediction service. Now, you might be having weather reports now. Nowadays, there are different companies that are providing, but at that time it was one of the major companies. It is having a very small company. As you can see, it is having 50 to 1000 employees, that is all. But by using Azure, it is able to scale. It is able to give the services in a much better way. It is using data lake storage. It is using Databricks. These are the services that it is using for its work. And Accuweather was able to create faster, more accurate, and more localized forecast. Now, let us say if you want to create a forecast from Pune, you have to collect the data from Pune, right? And that is why, and to be honest, not just data from Pune that is going on now. You have to create. Take into consideration the historical data, then you have to make a prediction and things like that. All of those things you have to think about. So yeah, that is why it creates such a big problem. And by using machine learning and AI on Azure, Accuweather was able to create very good predictions. It is using Delta Lake, it is using Databricks for its work, for its forecasting. Whatever the raw data it is getting, it is being converted to a usable format by, and it is able to utilize it in a good way. So yeah, that is how Accuweather is able to utilize Azure. Is Accuweather developed by Microsoft? No. When I say it is using Azure, it does not mean that it is developed by Microsoft. Accuweather is a completely different company, the same way FedEx is a completely different company. The only thing is, well, they are using Microsoft services, right? Azure is by Microsoft. So essentially, they are using the services that were developed by Microsoft. So let us say if you were to take the example of, I think Netflix, someone was telling, right? So Netflix is using AWS. So the same way, I think Accuweather is using Microsoft. Can you tell a little bit about Databricks service? Sure, but I guess we will have to cover the basic services first. So once the basic services are covered, when we are talking about ML and AI, yes, I will cover about Databricks also. So yes, I guess we will start our presentation once again. We will go back to what we were, where we were. So we have completed till here where we were talking about the different Azure resources. Now we will be talking about the resource groups. So resource group is like a container to manage the different resources in a single unit, and resources can only exist in one resource group, but the resources they can themselves exist in different regions. The resources they can be moved from one resource group to another, so basically it is just a logical separation kind of thing. And the applications they can utilize this. So here you can see, right, that there is a web plus a database plus VM plus storage. It is all there in one group. Okay. And in the same way, you can even have a resource group for virtual machine, you can have a resource group for storage. So like that also you can have. So that is exactly how the different resources they can be collected and they can be made into a resource group to make things easier. Now we have Azure Resource Manager. Now what is Resource Manager? Azure Resource Manager or ARM, it provides a management layer to you that is enabling you to create and any kind of management that you want to do with Azure resources. You can use Azure Resource Manager for that. Okay. So yeah, and you can even update, you can delete resources, you can do different kind of things like that by using it. You can see over here that different kind of services are there. There is data store, there is web app, there is virtual machine, service management, and yeah, everything is getting managed by Azure Resource Manager over here. We also have Azure Subscriptions. Now, what is subscription? I guess if you have created an Azure account in the starting, some people of you were telling, right, that they have created an Azure account. In Azure account, you will always be having one subscription. Now, what is subscription? Subscription is helping you to provide authenticated and authorized access to different kind of Azure accounts. It is like a billing boundary also. Now, let us say if you are using any services, you have to get billed for them. You have to be billed separately. You have to get an invoice for your usage and different kind of things like that. You also have to create access boundary, so that no one is able to create access the resources that are there in your account or something like that. Otherwise, just imagine, right, that you are only I am able to get access of any kind of virtual machine or any storage that you have created. So you can see what kind of big headache it will create or what kind of problem it will create. I will be able to access all of your data. Maybe I can use it to get access of your email address and stuff like that. That is why Azure subscription is important. You can see over here that there will be different subscription for production, for testing, for development, depending upon how you want to configure. I guess we have done this. We have gone through the Azure portal. We also have management groups. Now, management group is also something that is interesting. It is a group of subscriptions. The same way resource group was for resources, management group is for Azure subscription. Now, subscription can inherit the conditions that are applied, and up to 10,000 groups can be there in a single directory. Now, what exactly a management group will be doing? Now, let us say if you have a department, you have different teams within the department, and along with that, you have got different projects inside the department. That is exactly where this will be very helpful. So, here you can see that the different management groups. No, not over here. Yeah. So you can see that it can have up to 6 levels of depth, a management group. So that is how you can see the different diversity that you can have. You can have up to 10,000 management groups in a single directory, in a single organization. It will help you to organize your work in a much more effective and faster way. Oh, Jayavardhan Singh. Man, I don't think I can answer that question because um, well, I guess I can tell you when the announcement was made. So, well, Azure was announced by Microsoft in, I think it was 2002, right? It was announced in their conference, and some of the services they started, and later on they started introducing even more services, and slowly they started growing it, and that is how Azure came, and that is how Azure started to evolve. I am not understanding Azure Resource Manager. Can you explain in simple words? Yeah, sure. Thank you so much for asking. If you are not able to understand any concept, please ask, and I will definitely explain it once again. So see over here, Azure Resource Manager is basically a logical kind of grouping of different resources that is provided to you. Now let us say if you are having web app, if you are having virtual machine, if you are having data store and many different resources, you will need one single place to manage all of the different resources, right? That is exactly what Azure Resource Manager will be doing for you. It is helping you to update, it is helping you to create, delete, or any kind of things that you want to do. As long as you are having subscription, different kind of resources you can manage by using Azure Resource Manager. I hope that answers your question. Okay, great. Thank you so much. So here we will be discussing about some of the services that are there in Azure. We will be starting with the compute services that are there in Azure. So here we are having virtual machine, we are having app service, we are having container instance, and we are also having Azure Kubernetes Service. Lastly, we are having something that is quite interesting, which is known as Azure Virtual Desktop. Now, virtual machine, yes, it is very simple to explain. It is just a virtual machine that is provided to you. Nothing is different over here. Then we have app service. Now, what is app service? App service is a platform as a service offering where along with virtual machine, you don't have to take care of the management layer. It is taken care of by Azure for you, and it helps you to build your product or your service faster. Then we have got container instance. I guess, can anyone define what containers mean? I guess in your own words. Something like Docker. Okay. Apart from Docker, container is environment for the application to run and deploy it. So yes, I think that is a much better explanation, much easier explanation. Basically, when you are having a virtual machine, right, you are having so many different things along with the virtual machine. You are having OS, you are having different dependencies, you are having different additional software, and you may not need all that, right? It is just making your application very bulky. So container is offering a solution for that. Now in container, what happens is, let us say you are writing any code. So your code, along with only the essential kind of things that are there for your application to run, they will be provided to you. Other things, they will not be included, and you don't have to worry about other things. So yeah, I think that is what container instances is. And by using container instance, you are able to use a container for your instance. Then we have Azure Kubernetes Service, which is actually so much interesting that I mean, I want to talk about it for like 15 minutes about Kubernetes Service only. So yeah, because I some of you who are working in cloud domain, I think between virtual machine and Azure Virtual Desktop. Give me a second. So Kubernetes is this open source protocol which was developed by Google, and it is helping you to have the distributed workflow among your tasks. So let us say if you want to have a single kind of task. Now let us say if I were to give you a task to um, do a project, right? If I give you that task, but you will find it a very big headache to do it alone. But let us say five people are there, five people are working on the same project. Your work is simplified now, and you don't have to worry about anything. So now it becomes easier for you to do anything that you want. That is exactly what Azure Kubernetes Service is. And yes, you were asking about Azure Virtual Desktop, right? So Virtual Desktop is basically the same virtual machine that is provided, but with a desktop environment. Now, yeah, so desktop environment will help you to have some of the GUI kind of things with you, because sometimes you will require UI interface, right? Not everything can be done by just using CLI. So yeah, that is one of the advantages or the main difference between Azure Virtual Desktop. We pack up the whole product as a container and can directly deploy it on any system, evading the configuration and compatibility issues. Yeah, yeah, I think that is a very good way to put it, why container is important. So yeah, I guess I will skip. No, maybe I will talk about this. So Azure App Service, here you can see the different languages that are supported by Azure App Service. We have .NET, .NET Core, Node.js, Java, Python, or PHP. Okay, so these are the different languages that are supported by app services. It is mainly used for web apps and APIs, so that you can build and deploy and scale the different APIs very quickly, because see, it is a platform as a service offering, so it is having very good performance, very good security, and very good compliance. Azure Virtual Desktop is completely GUI. Yes, it is. Now here once again about the containers. So as Preeta has rightly put it, that it is a platform as a service offering that is running a container. And in Kubernetes, the important thing is that uh, it is developed on basis of open source protocol, which is Kubernetes. It is an orchestration service for container, and it is helping you to have a distributed architecture for your application, and it is able to run large number of containers with very easily. So yeah, I hope that explains it. And this is about Azure Virtual Desktop. So I think this should help Dasari also. So Dasari C, this is a app virtualization. It is running in the cloud and it is having a desktop environment. And so yeah, sure. Sorry, I'm so sorry. So it is helping you to have the unlimited number of pools to accommodate any kind of diverse workload, and it is basically helping you to have the you can see the things that you are doing, and it is running in the cloud. So you are having basically a complete machine that is provided to you. In virtual machine you are not getting a user interface, so sometimes it may not be the good way, and you will need a user interface for you to do certain kind of task. That is exactly where Azure virtual desktop will come into the picture. Why in Azure Marketplace Windows 11 is not available? uh oh man. Windows 11 will take some time to come. You can also bring your own license, man. If you really want to use Windows 11, you can bring your own license and you can use it for Azure. So that is also one of the things that is provided if you really want to use Windows 11 in the cloud. But man, if you are already having Windows 11 in your laptop, don't you think you would want to use something else when you're working in the cloud? It will just make things very, monotonous, I guess. Just something that I wanted to share. Okay, so now we will be talking about the networking services. Okay, so here we are having the different networking services. These are not the only services, there are of course more than this, but these are some of the basic ones. So we have got Azure Virtual Network. Azure Virtual Network enables the different Azure resources to communicate with each other, and even within on-premise network. So Azure Virtual Network is actually quite interesting because all of the services will need some virtual network for them, right? You cannot have any resources without a virtual network. So there is also VPN Gateway. VPN Gateway is used to send encrypted traffic between Azure Virtual Network and any kind of on-premise location. Let us say if you are having some of the data in your on premises, if you want to use it on the cloud, you can use VPN Gateway. You can connect it to Azure and you can access the same data on Azure itself. Azure Expressroot is also something that is even better, because here it is the same private connection. You are connecting your on-premise hardware with Azure, but here the additional point is that it is being facilitated by a connectivity provider for you. Okay, so yeah, that is the additional thing that is being provided. We will also be talking about the Azure storage services. Okay, so Azure storage services, these are some of the different services. One is container storage or blob storage. It is optimized for storing massive amount of unstructured data. Okay, and any kind of data, text data, binary data, or videos, files, because it is unstructured, right? You can keep anything over there. What is disk storage? Now let us say if you are using virtual machine, where is virtual machine? Sorry, I think yeah, when you're using virtual machine, you will need a disk along with that virtual machine, right? You will need some kind of storage, and that is exactly where you will still need the disk kind of storage. So that is also provided over here. You can have disk storage, and disk storage will help you to provide the storage for your virtual machine for your different kind of applications and different services to use. Can we use Expressroute to connect two private clouds? Uh, for connecting two different clouds, it is a completely different process. You can, Anthos is there in for Google Cloud side. In Azure also, we are having multi-cloud offerings. You can use that. You don't have to specifically use Expressroute over there. because Expressroot, first you have to connect your on-premise, then Azure, and then you are connecting once again to that. It is taking a very long process. So yeah, Azure Files. Yes, if you have used, I think FTP based system like FileZilla, I think you will understand what Azure Files is doing. It was network based file sharing system. It can be used by SMB protocol, and yeah, so you are seeing that a lot of the services, they are based upon open source. Now, why they are based upon open source? Now, let us say that you are working in Azure, you want to make a switch and you want to go to, let us say, Google Cloud. How will you do that if all of the services are very different from each other? That is exactly why some of the services, they will be based upon open source, so that you are able to have the connectivity between different services. You are able to transfer your knowledge from one cloud provider to another without any kind of issues. Yes, so now this is a very interesting discussion over here. There are different kind of storage tiers. Now, remember we talked about earlier that you are only paying for what you use over there. So that is one of the most important reasons why people will be using cloud. And see over here, let us say if you want to access any frequent data, so there you will be using the hot kind of storage for very frequent data. And let us say that you don't want to use it frequently, you want to use it once in every 30 days, you can use the cool storage for that data. It is for infrequently accessed data. But let us say there is something that you want to keep completely for disaster recovery. You can use archive storage for that kind of data. Okay, it is for minimum of 180 days, and it is having very flexible latency requirement. So yes, that is one of the things. Of course, it takes a lot of time to get your data from archive storage, but you are getting the additional benefit that you can access your data after a long period of time, and you are getting reduced cost. Depending upon your usage, depending upon what exactly you need, you can accordingly keep on customizing. Let us say you want to access the data very frequently, you can use hot storage. You want to access it somewhat less, you can use cool storage. You want to access it very infrequently, you can, for disaster recovery or something like that, you can use archive storage for that purpose. So yeah, until then, I hope I have been able to clear most of your doubts. Please let me know if you have any other questions, if you want me to clear any of your doubts or things like that. And yeah, I don't think I can show you how to create an Azure account. I will try my best, and let us see if there is any possibility for me to do that. If there is, then yes, we will definitely do that. And yeah, but if you have any questions, please feel free to ask them so that I can answer. What is the difference between Azure for students and in pay as you go? There is no difference, man. It is just a different way of accessing Azure services. So in pay as you go, um, you are paying for the different services, right? In Azure for students, it is a different offering of Azure, which is specifically meant for students like you. It is having the reduced pricing, it is having the different relaxations, and of course there are some problems. Like let us say if you want to use it for enterprise kind of thing, if you want to use it for big stuff, you cannot use the Azure for students in that. That is when you have to use pay as you go pricing. So yeah, like that, different kind of differences will be there. I had also told about the GitHub student pack, right? So that is also one of the different ways through which you can access Azure, depending upon what you are comfortable with, what you want to use, you can use it. Yeah. Is there any storage tier that can automatically change the storage tier? No, you have to change the storage tier yourself. It is not done automatically. I mean, I guess maybe that can be considered in the future or something, because that is actually quite interesting if it is implemented. With these Azure for Students subscription, can we get discounts on Azure certification exams? No, man. For getting discounts on Azure certification, you can take part in different communities. I have my this is Azure community. They are having different kind of events. They are also having different boot camps like this, so you can participate. There are different communities. This is one. I have my own community like that. Others will also be having different communities. You can participate in that and you can get discounts on certification. If you're talking about fundamentals, so I guess fundamental is very easy to get, because Azure will be having these virtual training days. You can attend virtual and you can get different discounts by using that also. I hope that answers your question. Apart from that, any other things that you would want to ask? Uh, it is only for AZ-900, man. For others, I guess 104 a boot camp is planned. I am not really sure. But yes, once it is announced, you will be notified about it. You can participate in that also. But for now, only about AZ-900. In which college do you study? Man, I am working. I work in a Google Cloud partner company. Guys, have you used Kahoot before? Can we have a quiz on Kahoot? A short quiz, and I can't promise, but maybe if I will try to give something to the person who comes first. It is a surprise. Yes. What about others? Only Shubham has used Kahoot before. What about others? Vittal is also saying. Manoj is saying yes, sure. Kamlesh, yeah, great, great. So like that, keep interacting, man, guys. Don't know about this terminology. Okay, yeah, sure. Give me a sec. I will show. Um, how do I? Oh my god. Sorry. Um, so Kahoot is this website through which you can have the different kind of quizzes are organized. You can have you joined from mobile or can you all please say whether you have joined from mobile or laptop? Laptop. Can you put a link in the chat box? Yeah, sure. I will put the link in the chat box. Laptop is actually quite perfect, actually. So what you will have to do is you can see over here, right? No, you cannot. You have to open the Kahoot.it and you will be provided with a game pin. Okay, and once you are entering the game pin, you will be able to register and you will be able to start. So it is a very simple URL actually. Just kahoot.it. I will type it on the chat box. Yes, Dasari, we will definitely be having a discussion on that also. Maybe like tomorrow I will definitely discuss about this. What kind of courses have you done? Do you think you can share? Can you please quickly say whether you are able to see my screen or not? I have shared my screen and you should be able to see the game pin mentioned. Yeah. So 898 2216. Yeah, I have. Are you going to play quiz now in Kahoot? Yeah. Yes. We are going to play a quiz now, short quiz, and Akhilesh is already there over here. Can you please, use some fun and quirky names? I guess. Regarding swags, you will we will reach out to you with email. Manoj, Kamlesh. Everyone is using their own name. So SGC. Wow, what is SGC? See, like that, different names if you use it actually sounds cool. So the link is shared in the chat box, kahoot.it, and you just have to use the game pin which is given. Narendra Modi is also there. Kahoot. Oh my god. Guys, please join fast so that we can start. Give a minute. Man, you only have a minute. If you don't join within a minute, I will start. All of your friends are already joining. I, Kumkum, Mohammed Kaif, Teju, Franklin, Gajanand. 27 people are there over here. I think I still need about, I don't know, maybe 10 more people. 28, one person left. Yeah, I think 30. Iron Man. Oh my god, Spider Man. Iron Man's legacy is living on. WID. How many questions? Well, I think it has 10 questions, right? 10 questions. 35. 35. Yes, great, great. What about remaining three people? 36. Oh, 36. 37. 37. Okay, great. Only one person is remaining. Oh my god. I think we will. 38 is also there. Oh, wow, that's fantastic. I think we can start now then. Perfect, perfect. Shall we start? Iron Man coming back in multiverse, by the way. Oh, yeah, yeah, that's great. That's great. Looking forward to it. 41. How can we have 41 people over here now? Wow, that's cool. Array 43. Number is still increasing. Tom Cruise is back as Iron Man. Arey yaar abhi stop putting spoilers in chat, guys. Bahubali ba. Guys, it's enough. 42. I think we should start now. 43. 43. 43. 43 also happened. Oh my god. Guys, double registration तो नहीं कर रहे ना? 46. Okay, I think I will start now with 47. Guys, last 1 minute. I am starting now. 37. Okay, I'll start at 37 because see, we have to give time to answer the questions also. I think it has stopped. Oh, I love you. Oh my god. Who is I love you? I really want to know. Please message on chat box. Okay, 37. I am starting. So first question is there on your screen. Which of the following choices isn't a cloud computing category? Who is that one unlucky guy? Three unlucky people. Okay. Narendra Modi. Great, great. He. So second question. Can't see options. If you are there on mobile, you cannot. You have to see over here. Yes, on mobile only figures will come to you. Rutam. Oh my god. Okay. No issues, no issues. Next question. Again, Narendra Modi is at top. Oh god. Tejaswini highest climber. Which of the following options isn't a type of cloud computing? What- hmm. Question isn't visible. Are you able to see the question now? Which of the following options isn't a type of cloud computing? Hello is the highest climber. Hi, who is hello? Only on mobile. What do you mean? Yeah, okay. On mobile, it is not visible. Yeah, yeah. On mobile, I think only the figures or something will be there. If you want to see the question, you have to see it on laptop or something. Can I go to next question? Narendra Modi is at top. Which of the following can be used to manage governance across multiple Azure subscription? So, a group of Azure subscription. See, pay attention to question. It is not group of resources. It is group of Azure subscription. Okay. Yes, yes, Gaurav. If you are participating from mobile, you see that is why I told in a group of Azure subscription, not resources. Anyways, Gaurav, yes, you will have to do that only. Or else maybe tomorrow or in later quizzes you can participate in a good way when you are there from laptop. Four players lost their answer streak. Oh my god. Narendra Modi, still at the top. Vitthal, Aswini, Nani, Professor. Professor, oh my god, yes, sure. Which of the following statement is a valid statement about Azure subscription? Basically, just the definition of subscription. This is actually quite easy. See, everyone is going to get correct now. Oh my, still, okay, no issues. Kahoot is there. Kahoot is back in game. Which of the following features does not apply to resource group? Remember, it is does not apply, not applies. Kamlesh has answer streak with 4 correct answers. Who is Kamlesh? Congratulations, man. Last few questions, please pay attention. Which of the following is logical unit of Azure services? Only Azure services. Guys, resource group is for resources, not for services. No, right. Azure subscription. I'm participating through laptop myself. Okay. Oh, yeah, yeah, sure. Okay. Um, Kahoot is back with answer streak of 3. I think only 2 questions, right? So last 2 questions, please pay attention. Which service is used to manage resources in Azure? Oh, I guess this I have not covered, but yes, still try to answer. No, this is covered. This is covered. Yes, this is covered. Three players have reached answer streak of 4. Now for the last question of today. We are running a virtual machine in public cloud using IaaS. Which model correctly reflects how it is managed? Remember, I had talked about this. One of the slides was there for this. Guys, last question. And I had given hint no that one of the slides was there for it. Manoj, Vitthal, and yes, first position is by Narendra Modi. So yes, Narendra Modi, please reach out. Runners up Kahoot and Ashwini. Please reach out with a screenshot. 7 out of 9, 6 out of 9, 8 out of 9. So yes, thank you so much, everyone. I guess I will close this now. Um,
Thank you, sir, for giving your precious time and valuable knowledge to all our audience. And I'm pretty very sure that audience must have enjoyed this session. And guys, please do join us for our upcoming sessions on this boot camp the day after tomorrow and the day afters. And for all your queries regarding the swags and vouchers, you can please join the Discord groups. We are conducting quizzes on every Friday there, and you can participate in that and you can receive the swags as well. And for vouchers, you must not worry about the things. The vouchers will be sent to you via mail, and you can give the exams with other exams as well, AZ-900. And there are many more sessions planned like AZ-104 and Azure DevOps as well. So you all can be here. And thank you, sir, once again, to please join and give your knowledge and experience to the students. This must be a very valuable session to all. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Just remember to join for next sessions also, since this is
Yeah,
for 4
of
days,
course,
right?
sir. Please do join us for the remaining sessions of this bootcamp as well. Thank you.